A strike by Starbucks baristas protesting the company's new dress code grew Thursday. More than 2,000 Starbucks baristas at 120 U.S. stores have gone on strike since Sunday, to protest the new dress code, according to Starbucks Workers United, a union representing coffee giants U.S. workers. Starbucks put new limits starting Monday on what its baristas can wear under their green aprons. The dress code requires employees at company operated and licensed stores in the US and Canada to wear a solid black t shirt and khaki, black, or blue denim bottoms. Under the previous dress code, baristas could wear a broader range of dark colors and patterned shirts. Starbucks said the new rules would make its green apron stand out and create a sense of familiarity for customers as it tries to establish a warmer, more welcoming feeling in its stores. But Starbucks Workers United said the dress code should be subject to collective bargaining. Starbucks has lost its way. Instead of listening to baristas who made the Starbucks experience what it was, they are focused on all the wrong things, like implementing a restrictive new dress code, said Paige Summers, a Starbucks shift supervisor from Hanover, Maryland. Customers don't care what colors our clothes are when they're waiting 30 minutes for a latte. Summers and others also criticized the company for selling styles of Starbucks branded clothing that employees no longer are allowed to wear to work on an international on an internal website. Starbucks said it would give 2 free black t-shirts to each employee when announced the new dress code. On Wednesday, Starbucks Workers Union said a total of 1,000 workers had staged walkouts at 75 U.S. stores. Starbucks said at the time that the strike was having a limited impact on its 10,000 company-operated U.S. stores. In some cases, the strikes closed stores for less than an hour, the company said. It would be more productive if the union would put the same effort in coming back to the table than they're putting into protest and wearing black shirts to work, Starbucks said in a statement. More than 99% of our stores are open today serving customers and have been all week. Starbucks Workers United has been unionizing U.S. stores since 2021. Starbucks and the union have yet to reach a contract agreement, despite agreeing to return to the bargaining table in February 2024. The union said this week it filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board alleging Starbucks' failure to bargain over the new dress code. So I see why they're not getting that many people to join their protests. Because usually when you think about like collective bargaining and just union efforts, it tends to be related to a lot of the same things, right? A higher wage, maybe some type of larger number of either days off or paid time off. With this, a lot of workers probably feel like, yeah, I don't think the new uniform thing is really necessary, but I just want to keep my job, and this isn't the worst thing they can do. And it's not, a black t-shirt is not some restrictive thing. But on the other hand, I think it's really scummy of a company to sell products for their employees to wear on their little internal website, and I've seen this with mine as well. And then after a year, 2 years, 3 years, you can't wear that anymore. And really, I'm one of the, in general, I don't like uniforms. I think they're very restrictive. I think they, it's all homogenized. I understand the idea is that you know where the person works for if you see them in the uniform. But I believe most uniforms should probably be something like a vest or, something you could like throw on top of whatever you're already wearing. Just something that's not so all-inclusive, I should say. So when I say that, I am on their side, right? Because I do think it's ridiculous that this is even a thing that they would do. Oh, now everybody must wear this shirt so that our aprons can stand out more. But this is why you're not seeing that much in the way of support for this. That there's just a lot of employees who are like, look, I got to work. They're giving me some free shirts. I'll throw this on and I'll get to my shift. I don't think this effort is going to succeed. It seems to me that in the first few days is where the most people who are like sick of it get together. But I don't think it is going to arise to a large enough group to actually hurt Starbucks at all. Which, is kind of lame, because when, getting 1,000 or 2,000 people to organize for anything is always impressive. It's just unfortunate that there's not more of them who are just like, why do I now no longer get to wear the clothes I had before? And that's a problem I have with a lot of these companies. They change stuff on a whim. They don't care who it impacts. Like, I know the free shirt thing, again, is their idea of like, oh, we remedied the situation because, you know, you don't have to buy more clothes. But again, it's the fact that like someone could have bought a jacket, a shirt, any of these things, and then now suddenly they can't wear it to work because some guys in the office just decided one day we want to make our uniforms stand out more. Or it's goofy. So hopefully they'll get some more people behind their number. But if they're not able to, then it shouldn't really come as a surprise. And I say that as someone who is one of the biggest proponents of getting rid of uniforms. Like, I'd like to see the day where you walk into it could be a convenience store, restaurant, whatever, and the only uniform people have to wear, again, if it's not an apron or a button or some other, like a name tag, it's something that they could feasibly just like put on, take off, put on, take off. Hell, even a hat would be, you know, enough. Like, just it's ridiculous how much effort goes into these companies in terms of just making everyone look the same. Because I've haven't gone to Starbucks as much in recent times because I just can't, in this economy, will myself to pay $7 for a damn drink. But I never once, when I was ordering from there, felt like the experience would be better if I could see the green aprons, like, just, and especially if you're like in the drive-thru, like, who gives a damn? But this is where we're at, you know. Companies are always looking to do performative crap instead of actually addressing the needs of their workers.